You got me extra strength. Thank you, Lord. All right, hop up. It works. That's scientific proof. That's proof. This isn't clickbait. It scientifically works. So you know what you gotta do. You're welcome. And welcome back to your mum's favorite channel on YouTube, Cult Strength. We're back. We're back. I'm back finally, like Jesus, after nearly 3 months, like over 2 months since I posted a video. So I apologize to everybody who's been worried or concerned, but I'm okay. If you've been following my Instagram, you can see that I have been lifting weights. I've been getting myself strong again. For those of you who don't know, I tore my bicep around four and a half months ago. I had surgery 4 months ago, 16 weeks tomorrow. And it's been a little bit of a pain in the ass. The first 8 weeks of recovery was a bitch, let me tell you right now. But, you know, the bicep is a pretty serious thing to overcome. That surgery normally does take quite some time. And to be honest, I bench pressed 180 kilograms last week for a single, and that was 14 weeks post-surgery. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I'm not too unhappy with that. But today, chest, shoulders, and triceps, I'm gonna hit 3 plates. That's the goal for sets of 8, more of a hypertrophy session. This is my secondary bench pressing day of the week, so it's not as heavy, a little more volume. And then after that, the plan is to get some shoulder press in, hit maybe some lateral raises, maybe some more chest stuff and some triceps. So we're gonna get started now. 60 kilos, baby. 60 kilos. Now, I'm not really using a powerlifting style arch for bench press at the moment. Still trying to get scapular retraction and depression here, right? But I'm not getting into a crazy position. My feet are flat. The range of motion is a little bit further than usual, but that's okay, baby. This is a muscle building session. We're going for hypertrophy. Let's get it done. Haven't you missed that fucking sound of just like, I know I did. Anyway, we'll work up to our 3 plates and then we'll chat some more. I'll give you a bit of insight into what I've been doing lately because I want to catch up with you guys. We'll have to do a Q&A soon as well. But one more thing, have you seen my shoes? Yeah, bro. I copped them. Krusty the Clown Crocs. I copped them hard. And you would too. 100 kilos on the bar, 2 plates, 220 pounds. I'll do like 5 repetitions. We'll keep cruising up. Oh. Now one more thing, right? So the way I'm bench pressing at the moment, typically if I'm trying to move maximal load, when I'm attempting maxes and things like that, my index finger is kind of on the ring there, okay? Maximal grip width. That is the max comp legal width. Now, for today, I'm using a slightly closer grip. I'm going this finger on the ring and my feet flat again, just extending the range of motion, making me work a little bit harder, right? The weights are light at the moment. I'm not lifting as much weight as I can, so I can definitely afford to try and make it a little bit more difficult to get a little extra gains out of it, baby. Let's go. Easy peasy. Oh, feels good. I might do like a warm up with 130 kilos and then we'll go 140 for 3 working sets. Like this video, drop a comment and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. All right, gang, 130 kilos. I'm just gonna hit like a double here, just a last warm up. But for my working sets, I'm gonna get my beautiful European girlfriend, AKA Hot Goth Mummy, to unrack for me. If you can get an unrack on the bench press, it definitely helps, right? Like unracking yourself, yeah, it's cool, but ultimately you're just putting yourself at more risk, and it's really hard to get into the correct position after you've unracked it because you do have to flare your elbows to pop it off the rack, right? So that's why I like to use a spotter or an unracker whenever I can. It's not because I can't handle the weight, it allows me to use better technique, which in turn will reduce my risk of injury and increase my chances of success. And there's nothing wrong with that, baby. Now I'm still picking up my shoulder blades. I'm still squeezing them down as much as I can, right? But it's just not going to be as apparent or as exaggerated as if I was using a wider grip with an arch. Last warm up. Easy peasy. We'll go 3 plates next. Working sets. Let's get it, gang. All right, gang, 3 plates on the bar. Gonna get a handout now. But one critique that I'm making of myself, right? Something you'll probably see here is that my left arm, my left shoulder is still slightly unstable. So the way that the bicep attaches kind of runs across the shoulder joint. So it does have a hand in stabilization. Now, obviously when I tore it, that's going to affect my shoulder stability. And that's what I've been finding with my pressing is one of the most challenging things to overcome is the lack of stability, but it's getting a lot better. I hope that maybe it's not so obvious with 140 today, but as it's been getting heavier, it's a little bit harder to stay tight. But obviously I'm working on it. That's something I need to work on at the moment. So keep your eye out for it. Let's see if we can stop fucking doing it. That would be good. What do you reckon? All right, let's go. 8 reps. Yeah, buddy. Oosh. That felt really good. Thank you. Felt really good. I didn't feel too much instability. It's probably a little bit uneven still, but weight felt good. 2 more sets. Let's go. So set 1, there was still a little bit of unevenness, but it was a lot better than it has been, so that's good, right? Now, the most reps I've done post-surgery with this weight is 12 repetitions, but that was 1 all-out set after a top single at 180 kilos. So the idea for today is 3 sets of 8, which is 24 total reps, which is double the volume. That's big progress. So you just got to think about progressing. It doesn't have to be for 13 reps or 14 reps. 3 by 8 is still good progression of total volume, which is definitely going to help me get bigger and stronger again. So second set here, we'll try and make it a little bit cleaner, but we'll see how we go. Yep. Yeah. Ooh. That did feel even better. How did it look, love? Show us your boobs. Come on, love. Get them out. She'll show me later for sure. For sure. All right, baby, 3rd set now. I watched the last set back on camera. It looked a lot better. I was really happy with that. It felt quite easy as well. Now the 3rd set, baby, we're doing this for the gram. If you don't know what I mean, go and check out my Instagram at CultStrengthPuppy with underscores and shit like that, right? Now what's gonna happen is my beautiful European girlfriend, AKA Hot Goth Mummy, is gonna sit on my lap while I bench press to make me look extra manly and tough and strong. But in reality, it just makes the lift a lot harder and I'm a bit of a dickhead for it. But nonetheless, it is what it is. I enjoy it and it's quite the testosterone booster, if you know what I mean. And if you hate me for it, you're just jealous. I get it. I would be too, baby. I've got it all. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready, Ghostface? You're gonna take a full mount position. Whoosh. Now, from a technical aspect, I'm keeping my hips down. So if you struggle to keep your hips down when you bench press, this exercise may be for you. Yeah, baby. 10 reps. You got me extra strength. Thank you, Lord. All right, hop up. Goodness me. Oosh. It works. That's scientific proof. That's proof. This isn't clickbait. It scientifically fucking works. So you know what you gotta do. You're welcome. All right, gang, so bench press went really well. I'm happy with that. That's big progress for where I'm at right now. 28 total reps at 140 kilos. Obviously, that's nowhere near my fucking best. Before I did my bicep, I benched 180 kilos for 15 repetitions. So the goal is to obviously get back there, but I don't think it'll be too long, maybe 6 to 8 weeks. I think we'll be getting pretty close, maybe not all the way, but definitely somewhere. Dumbbell shoulder press now. This I haven't done a lot of. This was one of the movements giving me a lot of grief. The more of an incline I went with pressing, the more nerve pain I was getting through my arm. But last week I did a little bit and it felt okay. So I'm just gonna start with 30 kilo dumbbells, very modest, for me anyway. And if the first set goes okay without too much pain, maybe I'll go a bit heavier or I'll just do 2 sets here. We've got 12 to 15 reps. But again, with shoulder press for me at the moment, even this is progress because I haven't been able to do this yet. So let's get this. That was good. I'll go a bit heavier. That was 15 reps, I'm pretty sure. Could have done 20, and there was minimal pain. Fuck yeah, baby. Let's go. So I'm gonna stick with the 30s because I just realized I only have one 35 kilo dumbbell. The other one's fucking broken. And the 40 kilo dumbbell, maybe a little bit too much for me to kick up at the moment with my biceps. So we'll save it for next week. However, we'll go to failure. We'll aim for 20 reps, at least more than 15. And this is big progress, and I'm happy with it. Again, I'm nowhere near as strong as I was before, but I'm fucking hungry. And to be completely honest with you, for a little while there, you know, when I wasn't posting, I was doubting if I would get back to where I was. I've had a lot of injuries in my time, and this one took a mental toll. But I was just being a little bitch. So I sorted my shit out. I'm back to work. And I'm gonna be fucking stronger than ever. Because I said so. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. One more. I couldn't do another one. No fucking way. That's failure. Congratulations. Like this video, drop a comment and subscribe. I'm gonna do some lateral raises next. All right, baby, now I'm gonna do some lateral raises. I'm gonna do 2 sets. I'm only gonna film 1 set though, I don't wanna bore you. But when I do these movements, right, when I'm sitting, the reason I like to sit is because as it swings underneath, you get a little bit more of a stretch through the lateral delt. And a stretch through the muscle you're trying to grow is exactly what you're looking for. So I'll do 2 sets of these, the second set to failure. Then I'm gonna do some push-ups and some overhead tricep extensions just to hit the long head of the tricep. But we'll definitely catch up at the end. Hope you're enjoying this, baby. gang. Now I'm gonna do 2 sets of push-ups, only filming 1 set, but why am I doing push-ups, you may ask. Now, it's chest and shoulder day. I've only done 3 sets of bench press, so only really 3 sets on the chest. And I don't really wanna do any more dumbbell pressing because I've done dumbbell press already. But something we can keep in mind is that when we do our typical chest pressing movements, right? Our bench press, our dumbbell press, it's usually revolved around keeping the shoulder joint locked and stable, meaning our scapulars or our scaps are retracted and depressed. There's not a lot of movement there. And that can be, let's say, unhealthy in some ways, right? For the joints, for the muscles, if you're never used to actually moving through a full range with load. What's a good way to do that with the chest? Push-ups. So as you'll see here as I'm doing them, I'm pushing up all the way, so I'm getting that protracted shoulder blade, right? And then all the way into retracted. Very simple exercise. It's a staple, baby. We'll go 2 sets, second set to failure. Don't know how many that was, like 25 or 30. And we'll do 1 more set, maybe 35 to 40 reps, and I'll finish with some overhead tricep extensions. It's a good day. I'm starting to feel more jacked again, slowly but surely. Let's get it. All right, baby, now to finish the session off, I'm gonna hit some overhead tricep extensions. Now, my triceps are pretty fried, all right? I've done 3 sets of bench press, 2 sets of dumbbell press, done lateral raises. They don't hurt the triceps, but the push-ups as well. And there's been a few sets to failure. So what I'm doing is the overhead tricep extension to more or less isolate the long head of the tricep, which doesn't get as much work as the medial or the lateral heads of the tricep, like when we press. So I'm just gonna do 2 sets, overhead tricep extension to finish off the triceps. Nothing crazy. It's been a good session. I'm really happy with it. Some more news. There's a new program that I've uploaded onto my website, Hungry for Power. It's a 16-week power building program. So feel free to go and check it out. And of course, I'm going to hope to be posting, I want to say 2 to 3 times per week for now, until I'm at least back to full strength. But if you have any ideas for videos, if you want to see anything from me, if you want me to do a Q&A, let me know in the comments. I think that'll be fun because it's been a while. Maybe you've missed me. Maybe I've missed you a little bit. But what we do know for sure is that your mum has missed me, and we don't want her upset. So if you want to do a Q&A, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to finish this off now. I'm going to do 2 sets, of course. This set isn't the failure, but the next one will be, and that'll be my complete session done. And I'll be deadlifting next session, I'm pretty sure. Let's go. Full stretch down the back of the tricep, gang. Oh yeah. 1 more set. I'll see you next time. Make sure you like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe.